I'm Bill Jones, your host, producer for Songwriters Showcase. I want to welcome one of my special guests of Savatage. It's Jon Oliva. Jon, welcome.
Hi, Bill. How you doing?
All right, doing fine. You sound like you're not doing too bad either, you know?
No, not at all.
You know, what I noticed before we went on the set, you know, you seem a really easygoing individual, and it shows.
I'm very easy. No,
Right.
I'm a very easygoing guy. Yeah, absolutely.
I can tell that, you know, you really enjoy life and you enjoy the music. That's what, you know, keeps
Definitely.
you going.
It's my life.
I've met so many people in the business that have made a successful career as you're doing now and that you're going to continue further doing, and they're either so damn egotistical and they have such a big head, you can't talk to them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's real important to stay down to earth, you know, and remember who started you.
That's
you know,
right.
or who, you know, the people. It's like I really have a problem with people who display a heavy ego
Right.
towards like the fans and stuff like that, because we never have done that. We've always been, you know, just your basic all-around fun-loving guys.
There you go. Listen, I know you've been around the area 10 years, and I mean working hard as a, you know, one of the top premier bands around here. You want to give me a little idea about, I know you're the vocalist and the keyboard player, and your brother's the guitarist, Chris is, but tell me a little bit about your playing on the keyboard, what inspired you, and what's some of the different areas.
I think it was like the Beatles really got to me when I was a kid.
Right.
And I liked the fact that they all played different, you know, they would switch, you'd see videos and you'd see them like Paul playing the piano or
Right.
John playing. And I was just like, it was something I wanted to learn. My dad's a piano player, so there was always a piano in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just, as a kid, I tried taking lessons, but I'm too stubborn. So I sat down, I would just teach myself little things.
You just want to go to the meat and potatoes, though.
Oh, I just wanted to play it because John Lennon played it. So it was, if he could play it, then I got to play this. So I just kept trying and picked the notes out. I learned everything by ear.
Right.
I would listen to the record and pick each note out of the chord and then put it together. And
I know you play some other instruments as well. I think it was guitar, but you use that for like composition and writing.
yeah, I
and stuff
usually
like that.
write. I'll write on guitar or piano. Nowadays, it's mainly piano, though.
Mm-hmm. On the keyboards and stuff that you do, you use the regular piano as well as you use the synthesized and stuff
I don't
like
really
that.
like synthesizers. I like choir voices,
Mhm.
and I like orchestration. I like cellos, violins. I think I like trying to make them really eerie sounding. I like eerie voices, and then I use the piano a lot, you know. But I try and stay away from those like corny carnival sounding
Right.
organs and stuff like that.
I noticed that you've had various albums out, and the first couple albums you done was what, 80? I know you did some
It was
EPs on
83,
79 or
83.
83.
We formed in '79.
Right,
so
you
we've
did some
been-
EPs, early stuff like that.
We had like a couple local things,
Right.
you know, and then then we got picked up by an independent label.
Right.
We did 2 records with them that did real well. Actually, they're still doing real good.
Mhm.
And from there, it's when Atlantic, started to get interested.
Right. What's some of the? I know we're going to go up to a video, and what's the name of it? Is it Gutter Ballet?
Yeah, the first video that we're going to see is the Gutter Ballet. We filmed that in Alphabet City in New York.
Is this the one that was cold as hell and you were freezing?
It was with the wind chill factor. It was 41 below zero. It was so cold I don't even want to.
What the hell did you do between takes?
They would come out and with these big thermo blankets in between takes and wrap us up, and there was fires. We had fires built, but I was standing on top of some destroyed apartment thing, and the wind was just swirling up. It was. I can't say how cold it was.
But it was. I know. I can
but
see
it was
all the,
cold. The
all
blue
the
stuff
ambers
isn't
and everything
lights.
were blowing so bad. It was like it was out of control.
It was intense. It was really windy, and we had the poor orchestra guys there in tuxedos.
They were just freezing.
They were so cold. Like some of them, when they got off of the chairs were stuck to their
I don't know how they could
rear
play.
ends.
And like you said, the orchestration, like the real stuff, and they were playing the violins right there on and that was unbelievable.
It was fun. It was different.
But can you tell me a little bit about the song Gutter Ballet, how it came about?
I saw Phantom of the Opera on Broadway.
Right.
My producer made me go see it. He goes, I want you to go see it, and bought me tickets. So I went and saw it. And I don't know, there was just something about it that was really intense. I went back to the studio. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning and no one was there, and I just started playing the piano, and the music for that song just came out. And then we wrote the words based kind of like a story about city streets and just, but kind of like quickly. It was just
You know what I noticed? They had a damn rat going over there, and I guess your producers who
He
likes
loves
them.
rats,
But you know
yeah.
what, though? It may be a rat on there, but it's no signification of the rock group Rat. Man, they really suck. So anyway, you're much better.
Absolutely.
So yes, certainly. But anyway, chomping on that one, yeah. But
Yeah.
what I like
Well, we
about...
like rats. You know, we named them all. We had different names for them. We each had our own personal favorites.
And your brother's playing on the video, on this particular one at all?
Yeah. Poor guy. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You want to tell us anything more before we go into the video about any other scene about it that you enjoy?
Well,
or?
no, it's just, I mean, you got to see it for yourself. I think it pretty much describes, you know, what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Did you do the choreograph for the...
We do. We're very involved with the scenes and stuff in our videos. We take an active part in it, which is nice working with Paul because he does give us that freedom to be involved in the video production.
Okay, who is this now?
Paul O'Neill.
Okay, he's
our
done
producer.
for other groups as well, written or
He
what,
does
produced?
Badlands. He did a couple Aerosmith records. He did work with the Scorpions, so he's pretty. Paul's big.
Well, that's all right. Well, evidently you have what it takes for him to work with you as well. The talent's there. So why don't you go ahead and introduce the video for us?
Okay, this is the Gutter Ballet off of the Savatage album, The Gutter Ballet.
All right.
Crank it up.
All right. Balls to the walls, baby. All right. That Gutter Ballet was, that was killer, let me tell you. I know
Thank
you were
you.
the frozen chosen on that, boy, let me tell you.
It was cold. It was cold.
Anyway, getting more into the 90s. Let's talk about, I know you're going to be doing a new album. It's like a double album, like a Tommy, you know.
Yeah,
type
well,
thing,
we're working
double.
on it.
It's like a rock opera type stuff.
Yeah, it's like a future, well, you'd have to say, I'd say it's like a heavy metal rock opera because it is, you know, it is Savatage type stuff. It's just we've always wanted to do it, and we've been waiting for the right time. And you know, it's 24 songs long, so it's double the length. It's a challenge, you know, but the story is really intense, and I think it's going to be. I don't want to let anything out of the bag, but it's.
How long have you been writing on this?
Oh man, I've been working on this since we were on tour, so I've already have 7 months into it, and you know, I'm here home working on it now.
Right.
So, you know, we're hoping to get in the studio towards right after the holidays to start putting it down.
Now, your tour has been for, what, about a year now? You
It
hit
was a year.
England or where?
We started in Europe this year, and we did Europe, then we came back, did the States, then we went back to Europe, then we came back to the States, then we went to Canada and Mexico, then we went back to Europe, then back. It's like a pinball machine, kind of. On our bus is the little ball, and, you know.
That's it. So you're not going to give us any ideas of some of the songs?
Well, I mean, it's like, well, some of it, all I can say is that it deals with a really heavy topic. You know, it's really, the whole thing is about life, basically life on the streets.
Okay.
You know, in the 90s, now,
All right.
nowadays. And it just deals with this one particular character who goes through these certain things in his life, and it's just like a life story type life experience. And I mean, some of the stuff is very intense. I mean, it would take me too long to explain it to you. And the whole thing will have a prelude story that you can read before that you listen to the CD.
That'll give you an idea.
And it gives you an idea of what the whole story is about, and that makes the songs better. You know, you can like catch what we're trying to say.
And so you're also in the, you know, working on the choreograph, how you want to relate to the song pictorial and all the different things.
You know, we have 4 videos scheduled for it, so it's going to be, you know, it's like the first rock opera that any band has done for a long time. I mean, none of these bands have been doing that type of thing. You know, I mean, Queensryche did something similar on Operation Mindcrime, but this is like more of a step forward even than that, because it's double the length and the story's more involved. Even though their album, the way they did it, was great, but it's like we're going to try and get a little bit more intense.
Well, I'm really excited about that. And I really appreciate you, coming on the show.
Oh, no problem.
Let's talk about the last video that we're going to see.
Oh, this is for When the Crowds Are Gone, which is a song that has to do with the new record that we're doing. It's sort of like the prelude of the new album that we're doing. So it's our newest video, and it's very nice.
So the video is self-explanatory as well?
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's just, you know, the song has a really deep meaning. You know, it's about a guy who was once a big star, very happy, very successful, and he realizes that he's now has reached, you know, old age and he can't perform anymore, and he just wants, he's just reflecting on how he would like to go, you know,
peacefully
back. And this song that he wrote for himself is his requiem. You know, and that's what the whole song is his funeral song that he wrote to be played at his funeral. And he reflects on his life. It's pretty deep.
Well, before we get to the video, I want to say that I know around, what is it, 24th of November?
Right, we'll be locally.
You're going to be playing somewhere in a major, you know, area.
Right.
So,
right around here somewhere. Just
yes, I'm
keep
going to
your
look
ears
forward
open.
to it, and you're going to give us an exclusive and go out there and film it.
Absolutely.
And we'll probably
be
show it
fun.
in January or something.
Great.
All right. Well, Jon, I appreciate you being on the show with us.
Thanks for having me.
And you
Appreciate
just take it easy, you know.
too.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Don't get too wild now, Bill.
I'm going to go with you tonight, man. I'm going to learn how to be as wild as you are.
There
you know?
you go.
All right. So let's get into the next video. All right.
When the crowds are gone.
All right. Tense watching it, you know. So
Thank you.
I kind of come back to the studio a little bit. Anyway, I wanted to get back to the theme of Songwriters Showcase and what it's about. And Gutter Ballet is probably one of your best well-known classic, you know, songs, at least in my opinion. What has inspired you to write that song, and what could you, you know, advice you could give other up-and-coming artists, and, you know, to, you know, how to come into business or what it would take behind?
Well,
you know?
to get to that one song, I mean, I think, you know, I believe anybody can write a song if they really want to, you know, if they have the desire to and some kind of musical knowledge. That song is like, means a lot to me because that was a song that one of the few songs I've written out of just a personal experience of while I was in Manhattan, walking around, you know, Central Park or the Village and places like that, you know, whether it was shopping or just, you know, hanging out. I got to view a lot of different lifestyles, you know, from Midtown Manhattan to the Lower East Side to this. It's like you go through a lot of things, and I really wanted lyrically to sit down and try and describe this whole thing of how I got, because I saw some wild stuff up there. I saw some stuff I can't talk about on TV that was kind of scary at times. I saw murder up there, you know, right in front of me. And then I saw some beautiful things, you know, some a ballet I saw in Central Park that was like phenomenally beautiful.
So you went from extreme to the
extreme.
extreme.
From extreme to extreme, and that's what that whole song was. You know, it took me months to come up to sit down and write the lyrics for that song because I wouldn't be satisfied unless it was, you know, and it just sort of brings you through this little journey of a fictitious city, which is a city I just made up. You know,
I understand. So, in other words, life's personal experience is some of your recommendations for writing music.
If you're a writer, I mean, I think you should draw off of whatever. I draw off of the television, newspapers,
whatever type of media form,
whatever kind of thing that comes in front of you, you know, that strikes you. Anything I see that strikes me as interesting, I, you know, could usually put it together.
You know, what I've noticed about you and the rest of the group is what you do in the studio is phenomenal, but I know in your live album now, you do the same thing live, what you're able to do in the studio. Many people cannot do that, and that experience and that presence is just there.
We're very, you know, live, we're very
and it's even more
close.
intense and more so,
definitely,
you know?
because you're more into it. And like you were saying, we do have a live album that'll be out shortly that we just recorded on tour that, like, we feel really captures the aggressiveness of the band live. And it goes through, you know, it has a lot of the older stuff on it that we did, like Sirens and Dungeons Are Calling. It has a lot of the newer stuff. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be good.
But it's really, like I said, been killer, and I'm looking forward to see you again, you know, live. So well,
End of November sometime.
You just take it easy on the road again. We got to go
Bill,
for
thanks.
good. All right.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, Mom.
See ya.